we discuss how Likkle ideas are transformed into big dreams. On the toolkit, and you will access a lot of resources. A lot of the information that we presented here today, there are a lot of activity sheets. So we encourage you to download some of that information. Also, there's a digital swag bag with Good afternoon, everyone. Let me get my camera straight. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, so it's another edition of Likkle Byte Ideas. We are delighted to have so many of you joining us for our countdown to our YOLO Summit, which happens in a few days. And we are so excited. Let me get my co-host in here, Megan Samuel Fields, so we can get this show started.
Good
Megan,
afternoon.
welcome. We missed you last week.
I know. I'm so glad to be here. So glad to be here.
It's been a while. We took a little break over the summer.
We did.
Summer, it was an extended break. But I hope everyone got our newsletter, and we still try to keep in touch.
Absolutely.
So,
and I'm so excited for what's happening. Our YOLO Summit.
Yes, but you know
finally happening.
It is finally happening. And listen, we have a really fantastic guest that you may have seen on some of our content. He's our financial ambassador. He has a very limited schedule here today. So let's try to at least get him on, have a great conversation, and then we can deal with some of the more housekeeping things later on. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Fantastic. So I am delighted to welcome H. Wright, Humroy Wright.
Hello, my people.
Yes. Humroy is our nephew. He's our nephew, and we are delighted to have him as a part of the crew. He's one of our financial ambassadors. If you watched one of our shows a couple of weeks ago, we went to his cozy bar, the Right Room in Fitchers Creek. Looks like a really nice place. Can't wait to see it.
It is.
And so we are going to be talking today. If I seem like I'm pushing, Humroy is a busy, he's a mover and a shaker. Really busy, tight schedules. We're going to have a great conversation in about, 20 minutes to 30 minutes or so we can release Humroy to get back to business. But just to tell you a bit about this young man, he is, if you've heard about, there's so many fetes on the event calendar in Antigua and Barbuda. But his fete is the one you cannot miss in the summer. It is the So Bowl. Suns out, buns out. At least my daughters are almost 21, so I guess they can attend. But it looks like I haven't had the opportunity to attend, but I hope to attend soon.
Well, the young people say if it's one fete they're going to. I was told the young people say if it's one fete they're going to, it's So Bowl.
Yep, but we're going suns out, buns in, Megan. We can't hang with these young people. We're buns in. You can't do the buns out.
Everything in.
Everything in. So just so you have a sense as to Humroy as a personality, if you've heard about our 5 Money Must game that we're putting together, we've done quite some promotions on it. He is the personality in it. We'll play the little later so that you can see the real personality behind it. But our topic today is turning your side hustle into your main job or growing business. And Humroy took that leap. I take my hat off to you, young man. He took that leap a few months ago where he was doing his side hustle for a long time, got to that point where, the side hustle is doing well, and he took that leap. Many of us dream about it. Many of us are forced to do it. But he walked away from his full-time job to start to really expand on his side hustle.
So proud of you.
So you're definitely my hero, because all of us talk about it, but it takes real guts and real grit to make it happen. But once you do it, you can't look back. So today we really want to talk about Humroy's journey, learn more about him as an entrepreneur, his business, but we want to hear some advice from him because if you're going to make this leap, you have to have certain things in place. You just can't get up one day and do it. You have to have a plan. You have to have some knowledge. You have to have some mentors. You have to have some people keeping you in line. You have to understand business. So we're going to get into that quite a bit today, and we want to welcome all of our viewers. Make sure you share the live. Tell your friends that we're back. We're back. It's Wednesdays, and we're back in the stride. So we look forward to spending many more Wednesdays with you in the upcoming weeks. So again, because we're pressed for time, Humroy, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience? Tell them about you, your interests, your business. Just tell us, for anyone who hasn't heard about Humroy, introduce yourself.
All right. First of all, let me just say a special thank you guys for having me again on the show. I always enjoy being here. I love having conversations. I love listening to you guys talk because I learn so much when I'm on this show. So I appreciate you guys having me here again. And for the persons on the live that don't know me, my name is Humroy Wright. I am the co-founder of H Right Promotions. At H Right Promotions, we do events. And our staple event is Suns Out, Buns Out. We have one by the name of Drippin', and we also have the All Local Music Festival, which is Artist Takeover. On Artist Takeover, we give local dancehall, hip hop, R&B, and soul artists the opportunity to showcase their talents. Because during the carnival, the soca people always get their chance to shine. But the persons who do the different genres, the reggae, there's not much of a platform for them. So I definitely, my team and I, we created that platform where they're able to showcase their talents at least once a year. So that show is coming up December 2nd, So,
Is this the second year?
I'm sorry?
Is this the second year for that
Yeah.
show?
This
Okay.
is the second year, and I'm very much excited about it. Last year it was the first one, and it was also the first of its kind because we've never had something like that before where the all local, nobody coming in from overseas, and we had about 500 people in the venue who came up to support the talented people. So that was very much inspiring for me and my team. So we definitely will be going bigger. We'll be doing heavy marketing in the next few weeks coming up, just so that we can bring all of the awareness to this event. So that is H Right Promotions, which is entertainment. I've been a part-time promoter for 4 years. This year, after I would have completed my calendar, I can officially say that I have 5 years as a promoter under my belt. But the plan was to wait until I got to the 5 year mark. I am in the 5 year mark now, but my calendar is still ongoing. However, I've been working, and I'm so grateful. I've been working at Andrew Wholesale for 7 years as a sales representative. I spent some time at Kennedy's too, you know, and while working at Andrew, I am grateful for all of the knowledge. I've learned so much just working with the company. Um, I found a passion. The passion was always to be in the field of marketing because that is what make it just light up my life. To help build brands, help to launch products, just to help other people bring their ideas to life. It's something that I'm very much passionate about because I've already been doing my thing with Suns Out Buns Out. I built that brand from the ground up, to the point where now we're attracting. It's like I would say it's a tourism event because we're attracting people from all over the world. This event has outgrown myself, anyone else that is a part of it. It has gotten so big now.
Wow.
We've attracted people from the States, other Caribbean islands, as far as Botswana, that's South
Wow.
Africa,
Oh, wow.
all over the world. We've had people travel to come in. So, I'm truly thankful. And what has been, a next inspiration for the move that I'm about to talk about now is, just being able to build that and providing job opportunities for other people. You have photographers, you have DJs, you have people, the cleaners, the food vendors, security guards. There's just so many other people that I'm able to help once I do these things. And, coming from where I came from, it's always motivating to see what you can accomplish in life once you believe in yourself. And that's how now I'm moving on to the second venture, which is the full-time venture now, which is Age Right Marketing, right? And so I've been doing that now for, I would say, 6 months, being a full-time entrepreneur. And I've been, trust me, I can't find the words to explain it, but this is the happiest I've been. This is the best I've looked, because I'm waking up every single morning doing the things that I'm passionate about, which is
and sleeping well.
And sleeping well.
Of course, of course.
That's great. I am so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. So tell us, Humroy, how do, and of course it's different for everyone, but I'm interested in hearing, how did you decide that the time was right? I know, of course, you had a goal, you said 5 years, but of course, time is one thing that you kind of track.
Yep.
But what are some of the other goals that you set? I'm going to start my own business when what happens? Tell us about some of the other considerations.
Yes, well, let's go back to even 2017. When I started the HRI Promotions brand, the plan was to use this brand to not just for monetary gain. We can survive without money, but it was to also use this powerful platform that at the time I didn't know how powerful it would have become, to inspire other people like myself who grew up in an unfortunate financial household. Right? I didn't have the backing of both parents. It was just my mother alone, and I watched her work extremely hard, 2 jobs, just to make sure that I'm here speaking to you this way right now. Because without that hard work, I wouldn't have been able to go to school to learn how to read, how to write, much less to have a conversation with you guys right now. So I watch her, just doing that and taking that with me. And so after I did HRI Promotions, I said to myself, one of the goals that I'm going to use, one of the goals is to use this brand, right? Touch life. And I'm going to do it through marketing and entertainment. And I gave myself a 5-year plan that within the next 5 years, I'm going to take tons out, buns out, and I'm going to use this same one part, and I'm going to use it to unlock all the other doors that I want to open within life. So I'm going to use this platform, and I'm going to build a brand, and I'm going to build a name for myself where, not cocky, but I no longer need to introduce myself in certain rooms that I walk in, because I've built that name and that repertoire for myself with the brand. So that was the plan. And after 5 years now, I said to myself, look, you're getting older now, right? I spent all of my teenage years, because when I graduated from Clay Hall School, I couldn't go to college. I was offered a basketball scholarship because I was playing very good basketball. But again, my mother did not have the finance to push that through, right? I had no other choice but to work. So I spent my entire teenage years not living on a campus, not living this college dream, not really truly educating myself to the place where I wanted to be. But I was working. And then I spent my entire 20 working for other people again. And then I said to myself, I'm not gonna give away my 30. I don't know where I'll be, but I promise you, this is me talking to myself. I'm asking you, I'm promising you, you're not gonna give away your 30. because the decisions that you make determine the rest of your life.
You're
Yes.
cutting out a little bit, Hamroy. I'm not sure if you're not too close to the to your device.
Yeah, it could be the internet connection as
Yes,
well.
because he looks a little frozen now.
Yeah.
And how inspiring, David.
I
How
am telling you. I am telling you. Maybe this might be a good time to
he's back.
play the video. Oh, he's back. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Hamari, what an inspiring story.
Very
So
inspiring.
having gone through, because it sounds to me like you went through your why. I was gonna ask you, but you went ahead of me. I was like, what is your why? You have to kind of decide, why do I want this business? So you jumped ahead and answered it. I mean, that's very, very
Absolutely.
powerful.
Yep. That
You
I
know,
can't with the 30s. I need the 30s for me.
Yeah.
This is the part of my life no way I need to get focused and pour into me and the things that I want to accomplish and live the life that I want to live. Because after your 30s now, the decisions that you make within the 30s, that can determine what the rest of your life look like. And I
yes.
don't think a lot of people look at it that way. And that's when I started to lock in and said, look, I'm not doing this anymore.
Mhm.
You know, and it took me some time because again, to walk away from sure money every month, all you have
Yes.
to show up to work. All you
Yes.
have to show up, whether you work hard, whether you didn't work hard today, you still have to get paid at the end of the month.
Absolutely.
But also, I always look at it as this: you go to work and you work hard. Sometimes, some days you work extremely hard.
Mhm.
Pay remains the same.
Yes.
When you're an entrepreneur, you determine what you want your money to do. Because work hard and you believe in yourself, you will have to pay you what you want.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Right?
That's amazing. And I
So,
like the way you are. You have your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. I like because that's a plan.
Yes, for sure.
That's a
For
plan.
sure. You're a
I
planner.
really like it.
yep. So
And
I definitely had that plan that I'm not going to give away the 30s. And so that's how now I aggressively made the move.
Yeah.
But even before I made the move, I started putting things in place. So
Mhm.
you remember I was telling you, let's go back to the story after building the brand. So now I have a name for myself now. People, other like corporate companies see the work that I've been doing with the events and the schools and all the charity things that I do. So it was a bit easy now for me to now make this transition, and went now like and started having conversations with other companies about hiring HR marketing to do your marketing, to help your brand grow. Let me launch your product for you. Let me manage your corporate events because they've seen the things that I've been doing.
Fantastic. No,
No?
this is very
you had a
admirable.
plan. You had a plan.
Yep.
And you're working
So,
that plan.
and I want to talk about that. So, it sounds like you had some goals
Yep.
and a life plan, but I want to talk more about a business plan, something more specific, where you have you set financial goals, targets, etc. How did you go about getting together a business plan?
Okay, so one of the things, right? For me, the most important thing for me was knowing what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
Because that is, if we're to look at it, there's a lot of confused people around the world right now, where they try something today, try something tomorrow, and look, there's nothing wrong with that, but it kind of puts you in a hole when you're confused, where you really don't know what you want to do, right? The thing is with me, I was lucky, and I would use the word lucky to find my passion, to find what I was passionate about. So building a structure and having a business plan around that, it was easy for me. It was easy because no, I'm like, yo, you're a good talker. You have the looks, you have the confidence,
Personality,
have the personality. Like everybody's not gonna love
confidence.
you. Have
Yeah.
it, man. You have it.
You do.
Everybody can't love you, but there's a lot of people who actually love you. So let's focus on who love you, and you build your business plan around what you're good at.
How did you, having not come from a business background though, how do you go about writing a business plan? What advice do you have for people who don't, you know you need it. Nobody's going to loan you money. or you're not gonna be able to articulate your vision if you don't have one.
Yep.
So how do you get a business plan together if you don't have a business background?
All right. My business background started from my mother, because after a while, when my mother realized that she was doing the 2, 3 jobs, and I graduated from school, she didn't need to do that anymore, because now my son is a big man now. He's working. He's gonna take care of himself, right? So 18, 19 and so, mom, you're not buying no more clothes for me, no more clothes. I am responsible for myself. But then what I noticed about my mother is that she started doing her business.
Mm.
So she stopped working so hard and started to work smart, and she's good at cooking. So she started selling lunch, she started selling breakfast, she started selling juice. I'm like, okay, but I realized that she's not moving out of that. She's just taking what she's good at. And I watched her and I said, hey, this is actually a smart move. So I started getting my inspiration from that, right? And I also, after venturing out in the field of business too, you speak to people, you talk to other people that you have in your life. I'm fortunate too to have advisors, people who I can call on, Auntie Megan, I can call and ask
Anytime.
questions, you know what I mean? So, been very much fortunate. So, having that business plan, I got a lot of help from my mother and from aunties and from uncles and persons who have been in that business realm of things. So
Good.
that's how it was so easy for me to do.
Another key area that I think people sometimes overlook is understanding your customer. Suns out, buns out is not for everybody.
It is not. It,
Okay, and not everybody can afford it, and it's not for even for people who are into the fets. There may be
yep,
something that people connect with in your fet, and other people don't.
yep.
How do you go about, and that is key because you have to know your customer base. How did you go about identifying the ideal customer? Let's say for a fet like yours. First of all, who is the ideal customer, and how did you go about connecting and characterizing these customers?
All right. Beautiful question, right? Now, when I launched the first event, I didn't know who was going to be my patron.
Well, where did the idea come from?
The idea for Suns Out, Buns Out, it actually started from my workplace, from Andrew. I always had the passion to do something, but I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just remember I went into the boss, Mario Winter, and I said to him, "Look, I want to do this event. I want it to be like a beach party. There's nothing like that in Antigua right now. I want to make a statement with these water events." And we were talking a day, and he said to me, "Look, at the time there was this place called D Boat. It was like a big party boat
I
in
remember
Antigua."
Depot. Yeah, I
And he
remember that.
"How about why don't you just do it on D Boat?" And then I said, "Yeah, man, that would be a good idea." And then the next day I went into work. He said to me, "Boham Roy, if you do it on D Boat, you're gonna be regular because all kind of people have party in D Boat. Why don't you do it on Prickly Pear Island?"
Mm.
I said, "Prickly Pear Island." Right away, I didn't think twice. I am a man, I love a challenge. I am crazy. I am crazy, right? So everybody can't be a me. But Prickly Pear, remember, there's no electricity on Prickly Pear
Oh, I
Island.
know Prickly Pear very well.
There's
Is
nobody.
Miguel still around? The older gentleman? Oh, he passed away.
I think the older guy passed away, and
Yes.
I think they have new owners now. So
Yes.
everything they just said that they didn't have, they now have.
Uh-huh.
So at that time, I was like, how am I going to do this party here? But I know if I was able to pull off this event on that island, it is going to be an immediate hit,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because now you're gonna have hundreds of people traveling from Antigua to go to an offshore island to
Yes.
party something that has never been done within my time. I
Yeah,
don't
that's a destination. That's a destination event.
boy, I tell you, I work like a dog. My team and I, we worked, and we pull it off. And that was it from that first one. Never look.
How many people did you have at your first event?
First one we had 550
Oh wow! So how did you get all those? How you worked with boat operators? How did you get
boat.
people out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to rent boats, and we didn't have no money because it was so expensive to
Right.
Yeah, I can imagine.
What's
everything.
your name?
What the
But you
name?
got
Ma-
yes,
Yeah,
and the
the name.
concept got out there.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that entrepreneurs need to understand as well. You're not going to necessarily make all the money upfront
No.
right away. It does call for a lot of hard work. But if you're consistently doing the hard work, knowing your customer, as Dewey pointed out,
Yeah.
and keep working at it, you will reap the rewards. I think a lot of times young persons they have a great idea and unfortunately have great expectations too soon. So they try something and it doesn't work. And instead of perhaps one of the things that you had advisors, persons who are more mature, who'd be able to tell you, look, okay, you didn't make a profit this time, but guess what? You made a name.
Oh
So
yes.
the next step, perhaps you can get more. And I think some entrepreneurs perhaps need to have more mentors who can
Yes.
help them and guide them.
I'm blessed
Yeah.
with
And from a marketing standpoint as well, what you're building is brand equity.
Yeah.
You
Right.
don't build brand equity overnight.
No.
It's something that happens gradually,
Yeah.
right? But it's something that has a lot of value as well. So
Correct.
brand equity, you have to build it brick by brick,
Mhm.
with careful attention to detail,
Yep.
and keep moving forward. But another question that I have for you that I think is so key, that a
Yep.
lot of entrepreneurs struggle. You get started with the business, and like you still had a main hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you walked away, you didn't make money, you still could eat and buy a food the next day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think where people struggle a lot with entrepreneurship, how do you separate once you start making the money? How do you separate your personal and your business expenses?
Yeah. I mean, there's one question that I didn't answer, and I know that I'm kind of short for time, but I definitely want to answer that one, then come to this
Sure.
next.
Yes.
Understanding my clients.
Yes, that's true. Let's go back to that.
After the first one, though, I realized that, after not knowing who's gonna come, I realized that it was well supported with women. A lot of women came out, they wanted to put on their
It's a
bikinis,
fashion show.
fashion show. They were
Yeah.
well, everyone, I had the uptown community, I had the middle class community, and I had everybody there.
Sailing does that. Sailing is a very shishi thing. You get
Yeah.
people's heartstrings going when you start sailing. Yep.
Yeah. And so people were there, and then I looked at them, and from the first one, I started taking mental notes and started looking at visually all the faces that I'm seeing. So up to this day, I can tell you who are some of the patrons who have never missed a party.
And how many have you had again? 5?
5.
5. Wow.
And I can tell you, I can tell you persons who have never missed one because of how much attention to the detail.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize now that, young people from 18 to 35 would be there, right? And then you start to realize, okay, cool, this is your target audience, and you build upon that. So you start to give them the things that they have interest in, and you pay attention to what's happening on the streets, what's happening on social media, and
your competition too, because there's so many fetes.
Yeah, there's a lot of fete, but at the time there was no other beach fete. Like we were very different, right? Now we have more beach fetes here, but at that time, thankfully, nobody was doing what we were doing. There was nobody, So that's how we were able to build and pay attention to our patrons, understand who we're catering to up to this day, who we want at the party. So we promote our event based on who we want to attract.
And so you've gone from 500 to how much now?
2,000.
Oh my goodness. In 5 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
Well, we have to bring you back to talk about the challenges, because I heard them trying to.
I wanted to hear about challenges, general, not specifically about the last one. I know you had some challenges the last one.
Yeah, I heard J Truth trying to attack you. I was getting ready to say, you better don't touch my nephew.
No, I don't take on. I don't take on certain people, and I just stay focused on what I'm doing.
Of course.
Into what my patrons are saying, and I've paid And to my team and I, we're locked in and we pay attention again to detail. We listen to what the patient is saying. And
Yes.
everything they complain about, we've already took our notes and we can only fix them on the next one. I don't really give energy, especially my energy, to certain people. There's certain people that I don't even entertain.
Yes.
You know, so not throwing shade at anyone, but there's a lot of people around here that they don't even exist to me.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm only,
focus. You
I'm
just remain focused.
You
for
have
me.
to. You listen, Humroy, you can't be running a business. And like you said in the beginning, everybody's not gonna like you,
No, you know,
right?
and
But all you can do is strive to do better.
yeah,
Yep.
it's,
Every
it's
time.
it's business, and I get a lot of love. You know, I'm the only child from my mother, so I don't share love. I get a lot of love.
I
I
love it.
I
I
have
love it.
I know
um
time is running out, Humroy, but I would love to hear from you. Um, for the entrepreneurs out there, the ones who are contemplating being entrepreneurs, can you give perhaps two or three things that they should be considering, that they should, you know, make sure
That
they
they
focus
absolutely
on?
should do. Yep.
yeah. So I'm gonna just answer that question is very close to the last one, which was how do you separate your
Business and
Yes,
personal.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
that, right? You have to treat it like a business, and you have to understand that your business is a person. You operate your business as a
Oh,
person.
I love it.
You cannot take from your business and not put back into it and expect the business to grow. So one of the most important things is that I pay myself, and I've only just gotten to a place where I can pay myself, right? I pay my staff, and everything else or anything else that remain on that business account is for the business. It's to invest in the business. It's to make sure that we can keep that business going. Because remember now, people, the business is a human being. You have to treat it like it's a human being. If you don't drink water, if you don't eat food, you're going to die. If you don't pour into your body, if you don't feed yourself vitamins, if you don't get rest, you're going to die. You're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing like a business. If you make $1 today and you go and lime off the dollar, you're going to spend on woman, you're going this and you're going that,
Yes, see.
the business is going to fail because you cannot
Mm-hmm.
grow if you don't
Mm-hmm.
have money to invest in the business.
That is great. So your business is like a living organism.
Yes.
Yes.
So you separate it. You make sure that you take care of your staff. You make sure that you do the things that you need to do. In the field of business that I'm in, you need equipment, you need cameras, you need drones, you need uniforms. You need to make sure that you look professional when you go out, especially when you're working with corporate. You need to just make sure that you have things in place. So, investment will have to take place in order for the business to grow,
Yeah.
right? So you separate it. Now, to answer your question now, Auntie Megan, about the three things that persons should consider if they decide to become entrepreneurs. Let me tell you this now, and I say this respectfully: entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Entrepreneurship
I'm
is
so
not
glad you said that because that's so true.
right. Entrepreneurship is not for the weak. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with you having your good 8 to 5 job that is paying your bills monthly. There's nothing wrong with it.
Hmm.
You're not doing anything illegal. There's nothing wrong. Just putting that out there before I give the tweet.
Yeah. Love that.
Right? Because it is not for everybody. Me, the first thing before I made this move, I only made this move. Um, as I said, I've been doing this for 6 months now. The first thing was to have a plan. You have to have a plan. Because if you're going to move without a plan, you're setting up yourself to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? That's number one. Number two, you have to save. You have to save because now, when you're venturing into entrepreneurship, right? Some days or some months you will have contracts, and the client might decide that, look, we're not renewing this contract this month. How are you going to survive? So you have to make sure that you're able to put aside for rainy days because entrepreneurship doesn't always have jobs. You're gonna have a lot of clients. Is they might not have as much clients,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Number three, you have, not because it's called entrepreneurship, you have to have a team. You cannot do it by yourself. Entrepreneurship, sometimes people look at entrepreneurship as, oh man, I work for nobody. But I work for nobody, so I'm me by myself. I am sitting down here and I'm speaking to you guys, but I have a team of people who work with me, help me bring my dreams to reality. Um, Keep an ears and an eye out on the street for me. That's how I'm able to do it. So my 3 tips: the first one, plan.
Yep.
Second one, save. Third one, you have to have a structured team. And
Wow, well said.
live good with your team. Live good with, pour into your team too. Make them feel special, because you don't want people to feel like you're making it all for yourself and you're not taking care of them. You pour into them too. You inspire them, because remember, they too might have aspirations
Yes.
of being entrepreneurs. So you don't want to, you want to pour into them, because just like how I was able to build experience from working with other people now, moving on, I have built a mental, like I've programmed my mind mentally that some of my staff might venture off soon and do their own thing too. And I'm not going to hold them hostage, because we all as people have our dreams and our aspirations and want to grow and want to learn. So, that's how, man, I push out positivity, and I've been getting it back.
Awesome.
Fantastic. So what's next for H Right Promotions, Humroy? What's next on the agenda? What can we expect? What can we look forward to?
For H Right Promotions, which is the events part, and I think that's what I'm going to be pushing this year, to let people understand the separation. That H Right Promotions is our, like, the entertainment engine, and H Right Marketing, we focus more on corporate, right?
Okay.
Right. Now with H Promotions, we plan to continue to grow. We plan to expand on our team so that we can, provide for our patrons better. We have the local festival, which will be coming up in a few months. So we're very much focused on bringing that to life. But
tell me the name of that one again.
it is Artist Takeover.
Okay.
And then we have Dripping, which is the New Year's Eve event. So we have 2 events in December. That's the reason why we need to expand on the team, because to pull off 2 events in December, one on the 2nd, one on the 31st, it's a lot of work. So we see that we're going to have to be promoting these 2 events at the same time. And I can't by myself. We have to have a team. So very much excited about that. Definitely would can't wait to see how we pull it off. So what's next for H Right Promotions, and for H Right Marketing right now, we just, we're fresh on the market. We have a few clients, so we just want to make sure that our clients are pleased and they would recommend us to other clients, and we can continue to build and continue to expand.
Quick question for you. Last week, and that's a great. I'm so happy for you, Humroy. And it sounds like you have a clear vision in terms of where you want to go. You have the structure. You have
have your team.
You have your team. So we'll probably be coming to Humroy for a job in a couple of years, Megan.
Absolutely.
So here's a question I have for you. We had Mario Benjamin on last week from Fit Tracker.
Yeah.
And so I think what he's doing as well is very amazing. I mean, it's people like us who are not into the FET world, we can live vicariously. I love going to his page and just being in the know. And from a marketing perspective, you get to see what's going on and how the market is shaping up.
Yep.
So the topic Mario talked about was, how does social media impact youth spending? What are your thoughts on social media and how it affects the spending patterns for the youth? Of course, I'm sure social media is one of the major ways that you grow your business, especially on the entertainment side. Yep. And of course, in reaching your clients, prospects as well, social media. But I just wanted to hear your take on the impact that social media has on youth spending.
And we're cognizant of your time.
That is fine. That is fine. Okay. I will just leave from here to actually ask them for a little.
Okay.
I really didn't want to come here and rush it. So
we appreciate it.
give you guys up to 6 p.m.
Oh,
Mhm.
Right.
Fantastic.
But social media, it is one of the, and some people might disagree, but for me, it is the most powerful tool we have right now. With social media plays a huge role in one's business, and it has a very, very, very powerful influence on how people spend. Because remember, social media is what you see with your eye.
Mhm.
It is what you see with your eye. Right? You're on your phone and you're scrolling, and you see a restaurant, and that restaurant is going to be putting out their menu, and they're going to be showing their best dish on social media. Right? They're going to show that best dish, which you will see with your eye, like, whoa, well, I mean, need to go and check out the soup, the boy. Remember, you've never been to this place before, but just how it look. And you look at me, they say, I'm plate of soup cost $40. They say, Tyler, where is the soup? But you still get end up on goodie because how it look,
that's good.
Mhm.
right? So social media is something
And then
that
the reviews and comments as well.
reviews and comments and everybody
Mhm.
comments and say, boy, the soup it tastes good.
Mhm.
The
It
soup is
worth the $40.
the $40, young people know it slap. The soup is slap, boy, and it tastes good. And so you know, look on that
I
start.
have to add slap to my repertoire.
Slap, yeah. Slap on the new talking, yeah. Slap on the new talking, the food slap. Right? Then you end up there now based on the reviews and how it looks. So social media, some people would like who are not really social media savvy. They will try to fight social media. But if we're to be real, just like how you would send people to school to educate themselves, to learn to read and to learn how to write. I think the world should learn social media because
Yeah.
we are not going back to the days.
It's
When
here to stay.
it's here to stay, and it's gonna even get
And it's going
more.
to grow. Absolutely.
And this is the language of the young people. This is the
Absolutely.
language of the young people.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now, Instagram is a big thing. You have TikTok, you have Facebook, and then something new is gonna come out.
Oh,
And what
absolutely.
I will have to now learn that what's new. So for me, I pay attention to everything that is going on. So now I have a TikTok. I have 11.8 thousand people on Instagram. Then
Good.
I have almost 10,000 people
Oh,
on.
you're micro influencer. Wow.
And then on Facebook, I have a following of close to 10,000 on Facebook.
That's
So if
awesome.
you add up all those people, just my pages alone, I would have close to 40,000 or 30 high thousand people who
That's
was
amazing.
following me on these platforms.
Hmm.
So that is now my market. That is my store. That is how I sell. That is how I get my information out. No disrespect to the radio. I'll be on a radio station in the next half an hour. I no longer need to go to a radio station to push my message out. But at the same time, as a smart marketer, you
Of
need to
course.
know when you want to reach the wide market,
Yep. You need a multi-pronged strategy.
right?
Yep.
So Observer know. All of the aunties and the uncles, they listen to Observer,
Exactly.
right? So you need to find a way how to get an Observer radio station to push your product, to push your music, to push your event, right? Because the people who are the money spenders, because young people spending their mommy and their daddy's money, young people don't necessarily have their own money.
Mhm.
So the people who have the money and the money power and the spending power, you have to make sure that you reach them too.
Get to the root.
Absolutely.
Get to the
Yeah.
root.
Yeah.
So as much as social media is the wave,
Mhm.
as a smart marketer, you have to use this. You have to make sure that you hit every area of the market. You have
Yeah.
to go to the village, talk to the people who don't have radio. You have to go and talk to them, hand out flyers because they're not on TV. And you have to go on the Instagram, the Facebook,
Right.
everywhere. That's why marketing is so expensive because all of that comes with a cost.
And there's nothing wrong with people getting two stimuli, getting radio, getting a flyer, getting the social media.
In fact, that to me
That is what
needs
your
to
goal
happen.
should
You
be.
get it from different angles.
Yep.
Everywhere you
But
turn.
I'd like to give the audience. I know that we have some listeners, and hopefully we have people who have questions because I think this is amazing. Um, I want to give the opportunity to our listeners. If you have questions for Humroy, he's a young man, but regardless of your age range, I'm sure he has advice and inspiration and a lot to share to entrepreneurs or anyone who may be considering starting a business. So we're gonna play a video of Humroy. He, of course, like we said, he's a part of our Five Money Must. We consider him one of our brand ambassadors. And so you can get to see some of the personality behind what you saw today was the business hat, and he's talking business, but we're going to share with you some of his entertainment, the entertainment side of Humroy, and see why he is so well sought after. And for those of you who have businesses and you may be considering a marketing guru or some kind of influencer who is particularly good at reaching some of the younger people, or as he indicated, all ages, definitely consider H Right Promotions. So we're going to share a clip with you that we're very proud of, and we'll let you see why this young man is making waves.
Devon is a young man who comes into a financial inheritance, but he has one stipulation from his grandfather Worth, and that is he must follow the advice from his elders about money management through the 5 money musts. 1. Set financial goals. 2. Make a budget. 3. Invest and multiply your money. 4. Manage your debts. And 5. Enjoy your money. Money provides people with a sense of autonomy and the freedom to live their life they want to live.
That is amazing.
I love the video. You have so much energy. I love it.
Oh, it was good. It was really, really good. And I don't know if I told you, Humroy.
Like, I appreciate you guys so much because I have done a lot of work, right? But I'm no cap. No cap. I'm teaching y'all the next young talk. No cap.
No cap. Tell me what that means.
Meaning I'm not lying.
I'm like, is it me? I'm wondering, what is he saying?
What does no cap mean?
What does that mean?
I'm not lying.
You're not lying?
Yeah. No cap, not lying.
No cap. Okay.
No cap.
I gotta try these on my sons.
No
Yeah.
cap. My daughters would probably say, Mom, what are you talking about?
They're gonna know. They're gonna want the host.
I know.
No cap.
So you said no cap what? You
No cap.
enjoy?
I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed that shoot. Just
No
breathe
cap.
life.
It was awesome.
CAB? No cab?
No cap. CAP.
Like no cap, no capital.
No cap, yeah. I enjoyed. I had a good time, and just see how Chasu brought that to life. That
Yeah.
comes.
That was amazing.
But I have to tell you that game, we took that to a presentation they had in Italy, a university in Italy, where they were focusing on financial literacy games, and that was one that was selected to be presented. So you were presented in Italy.
Yep, you left the Caribbean.
Gone outside. Oh.
You got your big time. You make sure you include that in your portfolio and tell them that you went to Global Money Week.
So let's see what comments or questions we have. Okay, so no questions, but Janice Davis Asidu says greetings. She also says great mindset, and I have to echo that.
Oh, fantastic.
I really like your mindset, Humroy. I really like the way you're thinking.
Thank you. And I pray to God that I will keep thinking this way.
And,
you
will. And you will.
I always ask him to keep blessing me so I can bless others too. And before I go, let me say this right here, right now. And this is something that I'm going to launch on the radio today for the first time. I've never really spoken to anyone about it, only my team. Going into the new year, I want to have my first back to school treat. That is going to be my charity. I will definitely be speaking to you guys off.
Absolutely.
But I've been going back to the schools recently, and I realized that there's a lot of kids who are still struggling. And I actually adopted 2 of them recently under my wings, where I will make sure that they have hot lunch to eat at school, and I'll make sure that they have certain supplies to keep them going because of where they're coming from. But also there's certain things that they have to give to me for me to keep doing that. They have to be present at school. They have to do the school work. They cannot get in any kind of violent activity, or else I will stop. But that is the initiative that I've started. And
like
I'm
wonderful.
at the Clay Hall Secondary School. That's where I graduated from.
Mm-hmm.
So I plan on doing like my first official back to school event, where I would make sure that I'm trying to get at least 1,000 bags about students, whether it's books, pens,
Mm-hmm.
so anything school related.
Maybe you need to set up a non-profit organization.
That's something that you and I will have to talk about after.
Mm-hmm.
Lawyer, a lawyer, I'm a lawyer.
Speak with my attorney.
You say, no cap, no cap.
No cap. Speak with my attorney.
So
That is hilarious.
hopefully I will have the team up, and I don't want it to be known, but it's going to be Clay Hall School, which that's the school I went to.
Of course.
Some people might want to go back to their school, but I definitely would want to team up with other persons, all of my sponsors, everyone that I'm signed with. I want to bring everybody to life so that they can help me make this a reality, because I definitely would want to do it. And
we definitely would love for you to invite your school, Clay Hall School students, to the YOLO conference.
Yeah.
I think they'll learn a lot.
Yeah,
we're gonna share some of the flyers now, just so people know some of the activities. The whole concept, I think what Humroy has shared with us here today is that you have to be passionate about what you do. You have to really love what you do. If you're a creative mind, you really can go places by harnessing that creativity. And so with the YOLO Festival, there are two main events that we think young people are going to be really excited about. Of course, we're going to have lots of discussions, group discussions. We're going to have young people talking to young people. We have Dialect. Dialect is amazing. He is a finance and music educator, and he's from St. Croix. He is a hip hop artist. Of course, hip hop has its roots in the Caribbean, and hip hop is celebrating 50 years. And I just heard what's his name say on television today, Ice-T, say that hip hop didn't invent anything. Hip hop reinvented everything. So people, hip hop is definitely one of the root influencers in modern culture for young people. The sneaker culture, the clothing, the fashion, the amalgamation of music. So Dialect he believes in teaching finance using music. And there's going to be a money jam. So some of your performers, we would love to have some of your performers show up and just rap or sing about money, what money means to them. So Megan, let's share let's share the flyer for the money jam. And so this is the money jam is going to be a way to share financial lessons, to discuss finance, to reinforce the message using music, rhythms, rhymes, art, dance, whatever performances people can pull together. There's going to be a concert on Sunday at the end of the YOLO Summit, where we're going to bring all the young people together, and we're going to have an impromptu kind of contest. There will be prizes, cash and prizes. So if you are listening and you know young people who would be interested in showcasing their talent, we're going to have some local performers as well who are going to be involved. So it's going to be a really great way for people to remember and to connect with, how the value of money and how money can work for you. As Dialect always says, money talks, and so should we.
Yep.
And so
I hope you remember to say it's totally free.
It's totally free. Totally free. There's no cost. So Humroy, we'd love to see the whole Clay Hall posse show up and really benefit from this, because just like you had to learn on your own and figure out money, we want to be able to share some of that knowledge with the young people, those who want to be entrepreneurs, those who have a career in mind. Everyone needs to get on top of their money if they want to have a great financial future.
Repeat the date again for me. The date?
September 23rd and 24th.
Yes. And the money jam is going to be on the 24th at 4 p.m. It's going to be at Julie's on Cross and Tanner Streets. And so that's a very creative space. We want the place to be filled with young people who are, who want to secure a better future by learning more about finance and making some of the right decisions even before they get to their 30s. Get them on that track to success right now so they understand how they can make money work for them.
So let's jump on to the next one because we only have 2 more minutes.
Yes, the next thing that's going to be great, we're going to have a treasure hunt. We want people to really walk away from this conference, this summit, with having had fun and really connecting with business and finance. So we're going to plant some clues all over St. John's. And so they're going to have 1 hour and some clues to go around St. John's and to try to find these clues, which will be financial clues. So there will be clues and it may be some challenges. The teams must have 2 or more persons. And so as many teams as possible, we want people to come together. And this happens at 3, where we say to people, go in within a 2 or 3 block radius. We've planted some clues, figure out the clues and find the treasure, come back and redeem it. And we have cash prizes as well as other great prizes that young people will love. So Humroy, another great opportunity for people to look at St. John's from a business and financial perspective and tie in the clues and the treasure and, walk away with some great life lessons. This is something they'll never forget. So we want to make it fun. We want this to be something that they go back to school talking about. Young people, it's for any young people between 15 and 35. And so we really want people to really come and participate, learn from each other, learn from dialect. We have some great speakers. We have lots of entrepreneurs as well who are local, who will be sharing their stories and giving lots of great advice. Yep.
So it's 6 o'clock. We know you have to run.
Any parting words? It was a pleasure. Always a pleasure having you.
Always.
So happy to see things shaping up for you and and to congratulate you on taking that bold step where many people talk about, but we never dare to go.
Yep. And I just want to say a special thank you too for having me. I will always come here whenever I have the chance to. It's something that I would definitely always put in my schedule because I love the conversation. And like I said, I love to learn. It's not just about me blabbing my mouth. It's me trying to pick your brains too while you talk and pay attention to the detail, So I love to be in spaces where I can learn and evolve.
Fantastic.
So thank you again for having me. And for anyone that has passed through the show or will see this live once it's posted, you have a vision. You have a dream. Trust me. It does not make sense to leave this earth and not accomplish that, because then you would have failed yourself. Mm-hmm. Set realistic goals, and work towards them. Not all goals need to be long term. You can set weekly goals. You can set daily goals, and stay within your lane. Keep God first. Pour out positivity because you definitely will get it back. You push out positivity,
fantastic.
You will get it back. And I just wish everyone the best because I want the best for myself. So what I want for me, I want for everybody else. So again, thank you so much for having me on the show. And I hope that we could let this show evolve because it is so positive. It is so informative. So hopefully we can get this show to become one of the most positive shows in the country where we'll have hundreds of people lined up on the here. Yep. People share the live, share the video, share the link, invite your friends on because the knowledge that is being passed on over here, it's not things that they're not teaching it in school right now.
Yeah.
Yep. So true. Well, we have a master marketer as an associate. So
definitely. And
you have the key to the young people that we need to reach. So we are delighted to have you as a part of our team, as one of our financial ambassadors. And I know we're going to do great things together.
Definitely will. Definitely.
Thanks so much, Humroy.
Thank you for being here. We know you have to go take care of business, but we appreciate you.
We'll keep in touch.
Yep.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. So that was Humroy Wright. That's such an inspirational young man. So much confidence, hard worker, And, he's going to help us inspire lots of young people in
Lots of young
Antigua and
people.
Barbuda.
Okay. Great show.
Great
I'm all
show.
excited.
Do we have some final comments?
No, I think the last comment we posted, that was Janice saying
Okay,
great. Kara saying awesome. And we missed Miriam Samuel today. We have to follow up on her.
Yeah, is she on the show?
No,
she was
she's
here
not.
last week. Maybe she forgot.
I think she did.
Well, any final words, Megan? We have where we can change away from the show.
I just want to encourage those of you who are on to round up all your young people. I've just posted the flyer for the YOLO Summit. The YOLO Summit, it's Youth Opportunities, Lessons, and Outcomes. And it's a 2-day conference that will be held at Julie's Cross and Tanner Street. It is absolutely free. So I want to thank the sponsors who have so generously given of their money for us to put this show on. The sponsors are Citizenship by Investment Unit, First Caribbean International, Angel Wholesale. We also have Photogenesis and Julie's. There's also Courtsland Hotel and The View 1761 as our sponsors. So I want to thank all of our sponsors for stepping forward and being the good corporate sponsors for this event. We want to encourage all young people, 15 to 35 years. Please come out. You just need to be there. It's free. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interactive. You will learn. It's all about financial literacy, financial empowerment, entrepreneurship. So it doesn't matter what track you might be on, whether it's the career track or the entrepreneur track, or you're not even sure, you're going to learn. So I encourage you to, young people, come out. The older folks, encourage the young people that you know to come out. You can go to our website, samuelfieldsconsulting.com, to register. All right? So thank you so much for that. And I think we can wrap it up, Dorit, and just say, oh.
Okay, here we go. So we want to thank everyone for joining us today. As Megan put it, if you're not between the ages of 15 and 35, I'm sure you know some folks who are. Help us get the word out. We want to fill the place up. We want to share the love, share the knowledge, and to ensure that YOLO 2023 is a rousing success. We want to thank all of you who took the time today to join us on our show. We always love having you. We will be back next week with another group of young people talking about business. So if you have not, a couple of things, if you have not yet subscribed to get our newsletter, please send us an email, info@samuelfieldsconsulting.com. We'd love to have you on our mailing list and keep you updated on all of the developments. Also, we would ask that you go to our Facebook page, like our content, and also our YouTube channel. We have lots of content. We're approaching, this month, we're celebrating our 2nd anniversary of Likkle Byte Ideas. As a matter of fact, our anniversary is this week.
It is.
So we want to thank those of you who have hung in here with us for the past 2 years. It's been a labor of love coming up with these topics every week, and just knowing that we're making a difference. Yes, our YouTube channel is growing. We've had so far well over 70 live shows. And so if you're ever looking for great financial advice, you're doing the dishes, you're relaxing, and you just want to listen to some great financial advice, we encourage you to go back to our past episodes, and we can guarantee you that you'll learn something new. So we want to thank all of you for your support so far. We look forward to seeing you next week. And of course, we are on the final stretch to YOLO 2023. Thanks so much for being our guest today. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of the week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.